That is all right. Oh, real quick,
Yeah.
Robin Williams, was that a suicide or was that a
Yeah,
government?
well, he was getting Parkinson's disease.
Oh,
He,
okay.
he was, and you know what? When you want to go, if you need to go, you just go.
Yeah.
And she did this after Lucifer and Satan were gone, and she really took a big risk doing it because so many people in Hollywood get killed. That's what happened to Paul Walker. Paul Walker didn't really understand what the Illuminati was and joined. Then when he found out what it was, he was like, I don't want this in my life, so they killed him. And Michael Hastings from the Rolling Stones magazine,
Right.
when he was exposing all that. Most people get killed because they haven't set up their contract. It's just an instant decision. They say, hey, wait a minute, I don't like these people. I don't want to be involved in a club that rapes and murders children. I quit. And they're like, no, you don't, die. So almost everybody, like almost every police officer that is starting to investigate Illuminati is killed.
Wow.
Almost every police officer that wants to do something about child trafficking is killed. And because the Illuminati owns all the police.
Try to begin to trust the soldiers and the police.
So Tory didn't say it, but he mentioned Robin Williams in the same breath as all those other actors being murdered by the CIA director John Brennan. So I took it upon myself to send him a message. I asked him two questions. I said, who's lying, you or Essex? And I said, also, Essex claims to have killed Jesus, so can you please clarify that? And he says, I could clearly see what happened to Robin, and the same people have been in my life too, so it's easy to recognize who did it, meaning John Brennan killed Robin Williams. And it's funny because Jay Essex says that he saved Jesus from the original source mother and father, and then he says, what I see in Essex is his closest lifetime to Jesus was over 100 years away, and Jesus only had a near-death experience on the cross. He never died in that lifetime and ascended to heaven. So it's funny how Jay Essex says he saved Jesus from the original source mother and father, but his life was 100 years away from that.
But Tori's really cool. He's really strong, smart. He's got a wonderful, awesome heart. He's a very strong seer. He's got some really cool energy. I'm not going to say any more because.
And then Essex is saying that Robin Williams committed suicide out of Parkinson's or because of Parkinson's disease, while Tory Smith is saying John Brennan of the CIA killed Robin Williams. At this time, I would like to remind you that Jay Essex is a Catholic priest, and awakening and enlightenment is only for the indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children. So for a man of Jay Essex's age to be enlightened, that means he's a jinn, folks. That means he's a jinn. And here is how Jay Essex got his name.
And there were a lot of guys that I call them very unkempt because they're like really gnarly hairdos and funky beards or whatever, and they're dirty and they don't look like they bathed for a long time and wear diapers on their heads. And all of them involved in that were trained at the My Lab in Essex. I call it the South Essex My Lab in London, in London,
Wow.
but it turned out to be Essex Road. The My Lab is 3 stories down Essex Road on the south-hand side, and that's where they took these dark-skinned guys who people assume they're Muslims, and they took them in there and then did the whole brainwashing thing. And so you know what's really dangerous about that, because people who are angry, and a lot of people over there are just angry and pissed off because they've just been violated so many times, the people don't have a strong connection to God are easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Those are the ones they use as terrorists because a lot of them don't have any sacred light anyway, and they can just be easily molded. And then, you know, the archons and everybody else doing their gnarly mind stuff on them.